Let me ask you about what's going on with the pound at the moment. We see the pound fairly flat, actually, this morning, but at the end of last week, we saw pound selling, and the explanation I found on digging was that markets were reassessing risk at the end of 2020. Where do you see the pound going? Well,
it's going to be quite volatile from here. We do have a longer-term positive view because we expect that the Brexit saga will have a happy ending, if you wish. But until we get there, there could be quite a few hurdles along the way. And what the market is focusing right now at the moment really is the possibility that the transition period, which ends in December this year, may not be extended, so that we could end up having what markets like to call a no-trade deal Brexit, and that could potentially hamper growth, really lead to further easing by Bank of England by implication, which is going to be something of a negative outcome for the currency. We will know more as the negotiations about the trade deal start, and as you probably know, Johnson government has until July to potentially request such an extension. So I guess in the interim, the markets will be torn between really, I would say, the hope that we're going to get a Brexit deal, but also the concern that time will run out before we get there.
And of course, the Johnson government has said it won't ask for an extension, but we will see as the deadline looms. I want to ask you, before we finish the conversation, Valentin, about another currency as we prepare for things that could happen this week. The Australian dollar very much in focus. The incredible scenes we see of these bushfires taking place. What is the economic impact so far that you assess?
Well, likely to be negative, and if anything, it's likely to precipitate any further easing measures by the RBA. Given where rates are at the moment, clearly the further or the lower the rates go, the higher the risk of QE or really unconventional monetary policies in Australia as well. So by implication, that's likely to add to the headwinds for the Australian dollar. In our portfolio, we're short Australian dollar. We prefer to express that view against the Japanese yen instead of the dollar, partly because of valuation, but because of really overall positioning in the market is favoring that particular Australian dollar cross. But overall, the headwinds for the currencies, likely to persist from here. Australian dollar likely to underperform other commodity currencies like oil currencies, like Canadian dollar or the Norwegian crown as well.